What's in Your Box tries to marry together is sexual health means your wellness and your body and your mental state too, like all the physical stuff that goes with it, and then also pleasure, which is also physical, but like just combining the health aspect and the pleasure aspect when it comes to your sexual health overall. I chose to do What's in Your Box. It is a physical solution, the monthly delivery, as well as a social platform to open up these kind of taboo topics and make it more of a normalized conversation to talk about these types of things. And that's kind of how the idea was born. It's important for women to know about their sexual health because if you are sexually active or curious, you should have the resources that you need and the tools that you want to have a safe and satisfying sex life.
And self-defense kits. Because you can never be too prepared. This is the April box. The theme is Make It Rain, a play on April showers. Here we have Honey Pot Wash, which is a gentle feminine wash that's plant-based, so there's no harmful chemicals in it or ingredients that shouldn't be anywhere near your vagina. Then we have this Oh My G-Spot Serum, which is a G-Spot arousal oil. This is some massage oil. It's aromatic, so it smells really nice, good to set the mood. And then we have these cute little Truth or Dare cards, which is just like a great conversation starter. It's a great way to kind of flirt with either your partner on date night or somebody random that you're hooking up with. And we have Hum Nutrition Raw Beauty, which is it's a powder that you can put in your smoothies and your water, and it just helps you fight fatigue, boost energy, and also has probiotics in it, so it helps balance your pH levels. And to explore your body freely without shame, and to just kind of have an awareness of your body and your own pleasure, and sex is supposed to make you feel good. I quit my job and I talked to people that I knew who also had started a business who could maybe lend me some insight into what the do's and don'ts. I looked into brands that I would want to sample in the box, so I made sure I had like those first 3 boxes curated and had those relationships with vendors established. And then we did the packaging design, we got the website up, and then we just went for it. We launched the first box in December 2016. We've been shipping boxes ever since. And so What's in Your Box really tries to just bring the fun into sex, make safe sex more normalized, more pleasurable, which it can be. Masturbating is a form of safe sex, using condoms is a form of safe sex, and all of those things shouldn't be taboo.
Do you remember when you told me that I might have such strong feelings about a boy that it might be hard for me to decide what's right to do?
Yes, I remember. Why?
Well, it was something like that tonight with Jeff. I like him an awful lot, and we have such fun at dances. Tonight, the feeling between us kept getting stronger and stronger. On the way home, we stopped and parked. And then things seemed to happen. Till we nearly... so close.
We'd like to do a lot of different types of awareness campaigns depending on the month or the time of the year. Like, for example, Vulva Health Awareness is March and Condom Week is in February. So that's 2 awareness weeks, months that we tap into, and we do a campaign around them because we think both are super important, and it's a great opportunity to tap into that. You can catch me in a giant vulva costume on the internet walking around New York City asking people to name my parts.
There's a lot of fake news out there, people saying that this is a vagina. It's not. And then the vagina. The whole thing? Or just get the whole thing?
Is this all the vagina?
The vagina is just one part of the vulva. Do you know where it is?
The whole shebang.
Which I did to kind of get people's attention and understanding that the vulva is different from the vagina, which you may not think is important, but it is, because if you consider the vulva the vagina, you're disregarding the other parts of the vulva, which can really add to a woman's pleasure. And also from a health aspect, like, you should be aware of all the different parts down there.
I write for What's in Your Box. I also am a brand ambassador, just kind of spreading the good word. I'm becoming the content manager for What's in Your Box, so sort of curating the blog, reaching out to writers in the feminist space that might want to write for us, just really getting the name out there and spreading the good word about the work that we're doing. Christine and I actually worked together at a bar restaurant in Brooklyn. We had this immediate connection, like just became friends out the gate. She told me about this idea that she had for the company. I was like, please let me get involved. I think it's such a cool and important idea. No one has ever done anything like this before, so it's really cool to be a part of something so positive and so new.
We are filming a brand video for What's in Your Box. So excited. It's going to live on the site and just like, you know, we're going to watch it all the time.
I subscribed just because I felt the quality of growth that I could have if I knew more about my sexuality. Like I knew I had nothing. Coming from the Midwest, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri originally. Like, you know, there's very rigid belief systems in play, and like health encompasses sex ed. Like, so you have to take a mandatory health class with like a very awkward professor at some point during your like younger years, and you really take nothing because it's a textbook written and published by very like reformed people. You get to interpret these and learn with them, and they're just a vehicle for growth. Women have been shortchanged for so long in like what role we play in a romantic partnership with someone, and I think it's important that we become more informed, more active in our sexual experiences, and are able to direct them just as much as our counterpart. As I was learning to process these, like, you know, condoms, lube, a vibrator, just having these objects made me like understand my own sexual needs and preferences a bit more deeply. It was a sense of empowerment to know, like, yeah, I have access to these things and I can use them.
Honestly, go there just to print labels, which they're going to start doing, but I like to do it for myself because I sort them depending on new subscribers, existing subscribers. Sometimes there's a special gift in somebody's box if there's a special going on or something like that. So I've kind of just like done that for my own sanity, but I mean, my warehouse pretty much like it's self-driven. They do it themselves. All the packages arrive, all the products for that month. They put the boxes together, assemble them, print the labels, ship them out, and everybody gets their box.
What we do know is that women who are under 25 are at greater risk for STDs.
I was a senior in college. Females usually don't experience symptoms for STIs, which is really hard for us to detect them when we have something. So I actually went several months without being treated while I had chlamydia, which made it fester in my body and travel up my cervix to my reproductive organs, a little anatomy lesson, and it attacked my reproductive organs, which is what can happen when an STI goes untreated in a woman over time, especially something like chlamydia. It ends up turning into pelvic inflammatory disease, and that's just horrible for you and your reproductive organs because it attacks them and it creates a lot of scar tissue around those parts then that can cause you to be infertile or to have complications with giving birth down the line. So there's like definitely a lot of shame associated with PID.
It's not until the infection progressed so much that she started having symptoms. So if you feel like there's nothing wrong, then nothing is wrong. I think the benefit would be letting women know that there are things that are out there, and it plays a role on destigmatizing sexuality. You know, that's part of being human.
That was definitely like a big driving force in making me feel super motivated to start What's in Your Box, because I know that other girls feel that way too, and I know that STIs are super stigmatized.
It's been a game changer just in terms of, you know, the products that have come into my life and the companies that I've been introduced to. Huge things are going to come for Christine for sure. She's such a hard worker, such a hustler, and obviously has had this amazing idea, and I'm really excited to see where she takes it.
We're gonna keep doing what we're doing, and we plan to grow and, you know, grow out our team and grow our subscriber base. So you can follow us along on Instagram at what'sinyourbox_. You can check us out on Facebook at What's in Your Box Campaign, and we are online at www.what'sinyour-box.com. That's where you can subscribe to our monthly box and check out our blog and read more about our mission.